Let's review Just Food for Dogs. My name is Stephanie. I'm a certified canine nutritionist, dog trainer, and behaviorist, so let's get to it. Before we dig too deep into this one, for any of you who watch my content, I need you to understand that there is a very big difference between the types of foods that we are reviewing. Kibbles can only be reviewed to other kibbles. Those are the extruded, high-processed, rendered ingredient foods. Fresh food diets have a little bit more variance in them. This is going to be a gently cooked diet that is frozen and then sent to you, and that's a way different ballgame than frozen. I do prefer less processed, more fresh food than kibble, so this is going to be a little bit more approved than a traditional kibble would, but I would almost say that this is like the kibble of the fresh food. So let's break that down. So they have three different lines. The first one that we're going to look into is this fresh frozen. Now this is a gently cooked product that is frozen and then sent to you. One interesting thing is usually the term is human grade. They say human edible. I don't know if that is a weird marketing technique or whatever, but I do like that it's not a rendered ingredient list like kibble is. We're going to look into the chicken and white rice formula first. Here's just a little bit more information about it that they have on their website. I do like that we are using liver and gizzard, so I love some good organs in there. This is their guaranteed analysis, but if you've seen some of my other videos, you know that this is not on a dry matter basis because look at that moisture content, it's 72, so we have to do some math. Let's do some math. So when we math this out, protein's going to be in the high 28s and the carb content's still going to be in the mid to high 50s. That becomes pretty obvious when we are looking at the ingredients list. We got chicken thighs as our first one. It's going to lose moisture. We got long grain white. Rishi is now joining us. We got long grain white rice that's enriched. Enriched means because we cooked it, we already got rid of some nutrients, so we're going to have to put back some of that nutrients. Then we got spinach, carrots, apples. Those are going to be considered carbs, but we do like these because they do have a lot of vitamins and minerals in them as long as we haven't been cooking them out. Then we got chicken gizzards and liver, which I do like me a good organ. Fish oil, do like it, and it's interesting to see it in this sort of process because you're going to be feeding this more on a meal basis. You're less likely to see it go rancid. So I do like the fish oil here. But then we also have a whole list of a nutrient blend, which is just a bunch of synthetic vitamins and minerals. Ideally, I would have liked to see less white rice because that's not adding much of anything. And then opening more space up for different carbs like the fruits and vegetables that are going to be having a more wide range of vitamins and minerals. Now they have lots of different recipes and we don't have time to get into all of them. So we're just going to move on to the next tier of product that they offer, which is this pantry one that they got going on. I'm guessing it's like their version of canned food without putting it in a can. So in my opinion, that's kind of just like some marketing bullshit, but okay. So here's more information. Rishi will be pointing some things out for you. All right, so we see kind of the same amount of ingredients in here. We have a couple of other gross things like rice starch, though. We have a cod liver oil instead of a salmon oil, which I think is kind of nice. We got two different types of chicken in here, which is even better. We still see that rice that still has to be enriched. Safflower oil is not my favorite because it's going to be higher in omega-3s. So there's that. After we math, this is what we get. We see a higher protein content, at least we're in the 30s, and a slightly lower carb content that's a little bit better, but still, in my opinion, high because we still have a lot of rice. And the last thing that they have is a DIY homemade blend of their vitamins and minerals, which I think is nice and convenient for them to put together. But I'm going to urge you that if you're going to be doing a DIY homemade dog food, that you're trying to source whole food ingredients of these vitamins and minerals and not just simply going to synthetics because there's a whole range of problems with synthetics. So the only thing that I like about this food over a traditional kibble is simply the fact that it's fresher and it is not as processed because it's not going through an extrusion process. It's more gently cooked, I think, even though I didn't find that anywhere on their website. But the fact they still have so many carbs and that they are using a lot of synthetic vitamins and minerals, I think that you can be doing a lot better in this category with just a little bit more research. So I'm gonna give this guy a C+.